Okay, so we played Bard class in Standard 22, and it felt really impressive there in terms of churning through your deck and drawing a lot of cards and making a big board. In Historic, we gain Gallia as addition to Targ as absolutely free spells you can play. And we get a number of other cards. Actually, that's all standard legal, right? Domri's the big one we're picking up. And then we're gaining Samut, Voice of Dissonance, as a way to kind of pseudo-combo kill at the top end. So other creatures you control have haste. So the basic idea is that you level Bard class all the way up, and then you cast a bunch of legendary cards, which I guess the big pickup for Historic is Mox Amber, huh? This is a legendary card that triggers this, and it makes mana for us to kind of keep us chaining through our deck. And we eventually get to Samut to give everything haste, and then we smack the opponent for a bunch. Now, my one concern with this deck is that our deck might not be good enough when we're not comboing, I think is a real concern with this. So my two questions I'm looking to answer are, is popping off with Bard class a good enough in the format? And then two, is what the deck is doing able to keep up when we're not popping off with Bard class? So what does our average case scenario look like when we don't have the card our deck is named after? So let's queue up some Historic here. I don't believe Brainstorm's been suspended yet. We'll just concede matches to people still doing that for whatever reason. Bib, thanks for the 21 months and thanks for the very generous tier 3. Welcome back. I appreciate the support. Shaolin, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Embercleave is legendary, but it's like 5 mana to cast when you're chaining through your deck, which is like a lot of mana. It might be impossible to play Historic until the ban's go into effect. It might be impossible. We'll see. Maybe we need to sit on our hands for half an hour. Pokemon Unite stream. I don't have my... So I only have 2 Switch docks. So I don't have a Switch dock set up on my desk right now to plug into my capture card at the moment. Hey, Palmer. That's the entire year. I appreciate the Prime. Welcome back. Pokemon Unite is great, by the way. I had a lot of fun with that last night. Played with the kids a little bit, too. As someone who never really got into League of Legends or others, and they seem kind of impenetrable with everything that they're doing, getting into Pokemon Unite in comparison was very easy. And understanding the basics of everything that's going on is nice. The fact that the games are also guaranteed to never be more than 10 minutes is fantastic. Yeah, Unite's definitely a lot simpler than the other games, but there's a lot of egotistical among gamers where, like, more complicated automatically means better, and I definitely don't think that's true. Yeah, the Pokemon MOBA released on Switch yesterday, and it will be releasing on mobile. We're going to play a little on stream probably tomorrow afternoon. I think I've got like 2-ish hours of Uncharted left. So we're gonna finish Uncharted and then probably play a little bit of Unite after. But if you have a Switch, it's free to download. Give it a try. Mr. Ben and Watch, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Did the RTX voice just cut out there? I'm gonna have to futz with my microphone and settings on that. It seems like it's been worse than it has been in the past. In the fall, Dwaffle. I think November. Google it. It does not do split screen play. It's actually not that big of a deal, because Gallia has haste here, so we'll get to run her down. I think I'm supposed to do this and kill their Planeswalker rather than Chandra here. So.
My mind needs a rest.
Going on, Homeless? Thanks for the quarter of a year. I don't know. Like, I'd be kind of surprised. My question to you when you say the deck's been good successes, what's your win rate when you don't have Bard class? I'd be kind of surprised if it's good. Our average card quality is kind of low for Historic. Think you should mulligan as low as 5 for Bard class? Huh? Okay. Yeah, I'd believe that.
Don't make another move. Time for a break.
We're just dead here, right? Glad they hit Brainstorm, but Memory Lapse needs to go too. I'm going to give what is probably a little bit of a controversial opinion, but it's one that Magic players desperately need to hear. Magic the Gathering, consisting of cards that feel bad to play against, is a core part of the gameplay and design. Magic the Gathering has a lot of fun is zero-sum style cards in it, and if you don't like feeling bad on occasion when you play Magic, it's probably not the game for you. It's nothing to do with losing, Sammy. There are plenty of cards in Magic that feel tedious to play against even when you're winning. Based on metrics that we have seen, there is not a power level reason to get rid of Memory Lapse. And I fucking hate Memory Lapse. But, like, I can also take a step back and understand that, like, it probably doesn't need to be banned in the current state of the format. We trim Grumgully. Bring in some can't be countered stuff. So, it's not even just about fun. Like, one of the things you have to understand is that, like, a lot of the cards that people frequently despise are also the reason that a lot of other people play the game, right? Like, think about Teferi, Hero of Dominaria is a great example of this, right? A lot of people despise playing against that card, but Teferi, Hero of Dominaria is the reason a lot of people fire up Arena. So there's this give and take, where, like, you know, from a design perspective, you just want your cards to elicit emotions. A card that some people love and other people hate is much better than a card everyone is lukewarm about. Feels magic, man. Teferi 5 is a card that wins by itself. That's just completely untrue, right? Teferi 5 is a card that's only good because of its supporting cast. Teferi's a card advantage engine, but it definitely does not win on its own. It's a card that puts the game away and lets you pull ahead once the rest of your cards have beaten your opponent up. But to say that Teferi wins on its own is pretty nonsensical. It shows a misunderstanding of what the card does.
We won't answer to other guilds.
I don't even know if that's true, Pele. And honestly, seeing the direction Runeterra's pushed in makes me think that Magic's probably been doing stuff right for a while. Like, the fact that, like, Runeterra has pushed into more, like, Magic style feels bad on one side crazy designs, I don't think that's an accident. I think they know exactly what they're doing. I think they're trying to model the success a game like Magic has had with those styles of designs. Now, I played the Domri post-combat because I wanted it to resolve, so I attacked first, encouraging them to interact with my creatures, so then this was more likely to stick. Well, despite stumbling a bit to start, we've got a board now. Killed my Mox. Marloff, thanks for the follow if you're still here. Joke's on the opponent, both of our walkers are Mox. Yeah, exactly. There were actually a number of variations of Jeskai that weren't playing Brainstorm already. I'm not going to tell you that they were correct to not be playing Brainstorm, but it's what they were doing.
I bow to no one.
Keep up the pace.
I'll do pig. Alright, let's mulligan more aggressively for Bard class. My suspicion of our deck feels aggressively mediocre without the card it's named after. Definitely feeling true there against Jeskai Control. So let's try and mulligan for our namesake a little bit. See if we can do something useful with it. Winning a die roll would probably help too. At least this format's actually best of 3, so we get 2 chances to break serve. Radha can help us on mulligan here a little bit. It's an hour past when bans normally go into effect, Magic Arena. Anytime now would be great. That opponent was at 84% too. Like, what are you doing at 84% playing the tryhard deck? Come on now. Losing. Yes, that's probably the answer. Alright. We've got a plan. Chill for now. Having success with a Stormwing, Sprite Dragon, Demi-Lich deck in Historic. That's neat. You are always welcome to post deck lists in chat. I personally will not be looking at them while I'm streaming, though. Hey, chat. Okay, that's a Birgi. I haven't played a land yet for the turn. Okay, so now Birgi starts making mana.
You think I'm crazy? Where do you see my mates?
Looking for anything in particular? Yeah, we're looking for more things that we can play for free to build up enough mana to play Samut to give everything haste. Because technically all these 3 mana cards are... Oh, wait, Domri makes mana. I forgot to make a mana with Domri. Got it. Okay. Sorry, hold on, please. First time clicking through this.
You call it anarchy to me? We won't answer to other guilds.
So other creatures you control have haste. So they block here, they take 4. No, they block here. And they take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I know I have Mox Amber. The new Targ is bigger. Yeah, good call. New Birgi's bigger too. Yes, we can eventually pump Targ. Are y'all ready to play this on your cell phone? So are they dead? This is 6, 10, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Am I 1 point of damage short? Oh no, wait, I can cast Chandra and she deals damage. Right? So we cast this, and then I still have... Well, I can cast Llanowar Elves too, theoretically, because they have haste. Oh, did that just use a green mana? That's annoying.
People start screaming. I know I'm on track. Yup, you're going down.
Oh, and there's another Domri on top of my deck. Okay, so I'll play Grumgully.
I look forward to seeing you. Come and destroy.
Oh no, wait, the elves are dead, right? Because of the Elish? Yeah, it's fine. I think this is lethal. Oh, I forgot this gives everything one attack, chat. I forgot this one gives everything one attack. I'm Bender. Thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Alright, I don't know if this deck is good, but it's definitely sweet. When we do the thing, it's real good. I don't know that we ever beat a disenchant or a discard spell, but that was pretty fantastic. Do I want to board differently? I just like click submit. Yeah, do I want Abrades to hold that up to kill their stuff? And I'm not really liking a holding up mana position, right? Tap it out a lot of the time. I hate to be on the play for game 3. Pokemon Unite's a lot of fun. We're gonna play some on stream tomorrow, I think. I played a bunch off stream last night. You know, honestly, I think I'm gonna be done with sideboarded games. I think I'm just gonna queue up in best of 1. This does not seem like a good best of 3 deck. People are gonna have like disenchants and stuff post board. Yeah, someone warned CGP we're coming for his title. We're best of 1 stream now. Is this a Bard class deck? Only when we draw it. Nailed it. Never didn't have it. This is the part where our best of 1 opponent teaches us that our deck is slow and bad. Because I think that there's a good chance our deck is slow and bad. It's funny. I had someone in my brainstorm suspended reaction video yesterday was complaining about they never play against brainstorm decks in Historic and it's all aggro and all this other stuff. I was just like, you play best of one, right? And they're just like, yeah. It's just like, yeah, I do. And I was like, well, you know, maybe play Magic the way it's... Yeah. That being said, I don't think I'm inherently opposed to different ban lists for best of one and best of three more aggressively, but you know, what do I know? Bajuka bog me. No. I think it's probably wrong to say Magic wasn't designed as a best of one game. Remember, Magic wasn't designed with a 4 of rule. It wasn't designed with a lot of the things that it has today in mind.
Let's kick this madness into high gear.
And Magic was intended to be played with ante, with like out-constructed rules.
I've lived with animals my entire life. Explains a lot, actually.
I will say one of the things about Historic specifically, as we add more cards to the card pool, is there are a lot of sets that are going to be getting added to Magic Arena and cards in general that weren't designed with best of one in mind. So they're designs that specifically don't work well in that format and aren't well balanced in it because of this. And honestly, designing with best of one in mind, I think has led to a lot of great designs in general, because cards that are designed with best of one in mind tend to be modal cards. Cards that do lots of different things, which is nice to see. But that's definitely a more recent design decision as opposed to one that I think cards are designed. Umbral Juke, I think, is a good example of a card that's one that you see because a best of one exists. It's a removal spell / threat split card. Yeah, I'd wager Knight of Autumn, Charming Prince, yeah, things like that. Cards that say choose on them.
Yeah, doesn't always work out how you want.
Yes, the learn mechanic was likely designed with best of one in mind. What's going on, Mar? Thanks for sticking around. Alright. I should hold this for next turn, right? I get punished by a discard spell, but our odds of popping off with a bunch of mana next turn are decent. Oh, am I dead? Oh, I died. We are dead if we hold Gallia. Alright, so should have played it and then hope to peel next turn. That's fine. There's a good chance we were dead anyways, but obviously should have played it. Because since we were dead on board to the Adante Vanguard Death Shadow. I wish I could lie to you all at home and tell you that this set of games wasn't going exactly how I expected it to go, but I don't believe in lying to you all. The modern deck this morning was very good. I think Yawgmoth Court is a deck that enough people are not playing. So, I know I've been conceding to brainstorm decks But our hand's really good, so I'm going to play it even though our opponent is playing with the soon-to-be banned card. It's complex, so people can't just pick it up. I don't think I agree with that. The deck's actually, like, really straightforward to play. It's like when people used to call Amulet Titan complicated. I think those people are full of shit. Memorization is easy. Like Amulet Titan is like, to use Amulet Titan as an example again, Amulet Titan I would call convoluted, but I wouldn't call it complicated. Once you had a short list of things you're supposed to do to to go through the motions. Yes, Amulet Titan was complicated to work out if you had never seen a game with it and you were working from scratch. But just like the list of things that like you routinely do with it is like not really like once you know it's a known thing, it's just like memorizing a couple of things. Yeah, I'm saving Grumgully for I'm saving Grumgully. Grumgully's saving himself for marriage, chat. He's married to this bard class, okay? He only marries level 3 bards, chat. This is the most complicated deck I can think of. I don't know. I don't actually think most of Magic is all that complicated. I think if... Oh! They didn't bounce the Bard class, chat! They didn't bounce the Bard class! I think the most complicated decks in Magic, on average, are ones that have a lot of sequencing decisions in them, so they have a lot of cheap spells. Putting more cheap cards in your deck makes your deck more complicated on average, because you have more permutations of how your turns can play out. Is this lethal? This is just lethal, right? We just don't even need to do the big thing. Because Domri fights this. No, in my opinion, a lot of the Piece of Den, thanks for the follow. I think a lot of when people rate decks on being complicated, a lot of it turns into like pissing contests where people trying to like make themselves feel good to build themselves up or put other people down. And the truth of the matter is, what one person finds complicated or difficult to do in Magic, other people are going to find easier, vice versa, right? It's just like different people. It's like academics, right? Different people find different academic pursuits difficult or easy depending on who they are. And I think this like arbitrarily ranking them based on, you know, what you feel is different for another person. Man, chat, they're coming for our memes. Look at... Oh no! They had our Bard class's number, chat. 5 damage if I cast a free spell? This is some bullshit right here. I'd ask what my free spells ever did to you, but... Yeah, I'm doing best of 1 historic because this deck's a dumpster fire and it's not very good in post-board games. for the 23 months, full effect. Welcome back. I totally agree, Rufio. Like, when I quit playing Last of Us, I had a number of people comment that, yeah, those games are really hard. I understand why you gave up. And it's like, I didn't stop playing The Last of Us because it was mechanically difficult for me. I stopped playing The Last of Us because playing it optimally is really tedious, in my opinion. And it's fine that other people enjoy that and don't find it tedious, but like, sitting there and waiting for the zombie to move across my screen to the opportune spot so I can sneak past it or sneak up and whack it behind the head, like, it's not mechanically difficult for me, it's just boring. Yeah, it's... The Last of Us is the most accurate, realistic zombie survival game I have ever played, and it turns out a realistic zombie apocalypse really isn't that fun. Who knew? I'm just gonna watch the HBO show for Last of Us when that comes out. It's not on PC, it is a wait, did I? Oh, I forgot we weren't done level 3 yet. I was talking and clicking at the same time. This card's so slow, chat. This card is so slow. Thanks for the 28 months, Carlos. Welcome back. And full effect, thanks for the 23. Days Gone. Yeah, I think that one's on my list. I'm pretty sure I have that one for free with my PlayStation Plus or whatever. Yeah, even if I had leveled Bard class last turn. Oh. Oh. Why didn't they attack me? I don't understand. I mean, I'll take it, but I don't understand. Alright, if this is a good draw, if we... I think we were dead if they... I guess I could have jump blocked. Come on, hit me, dealer. 2 legendaries. 2 legendaries. Bop. Bop. Alright, chat. Oh-ho. We're halfway there. Oh-ho. Lizard on a chair. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Wait, alright, here's the other thing. So I'm gonna be able to draw and play my entire deck here, but can I actually kill them? They have so many blockers, right? I guess we might put them into a position where they have to... This doesn't trample, right? Like, none of our stuff tramples? Yeah, do we fight with Domri? Probably, right? So the problem is they can make their stuff 5/5s, chat. So I guess we start... I guess we start here. Wait, they didn't float mana? Oh, I'm soaked. That's... Okay. We had a shame concession for not floating mana. Got it. Listen, chat, we take those. I did skim the bits of the Activision Blizzard lawsuit that was filed in, was it California? And there's some truly horrific stuff in there. Seems like a really awful workplace culture. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, there's a link on my Twitter. We put Hoof in this deck, can we generate enough mana to cast it? Sometimes? Sometimes? I think we're hanging on to Grumgully for after we level the Bard class. Alright, I'm gonna play this one. And then if we spike a free spell next turn, we can pop off most likely. My body is ready to pay 5 mana for Bard class and then have it get tucked in by Teferi next turn. You should read the details if you think it's an isolated instance, Dukum Gandhi. The lawsuit alleges lots of instances of lots of different things. Okay, and Riot did have something filed against them in the past, but, like, this is worse than, in my opinion, it is worse than what happened with Riot. And Riot's thing was not good, but, like, someone killed themselves on a company outing after being sexually harassed. Like, basically revenge porn style pictures were passed around of an employee who then took their own life as a result. It's truly awful. Happier note, I think our blue-red opponent's about to die. I believe we have won this game. I'm not gonna talk more about the details about it on stream. Like I said, there's a link up on my Twitter. It's bad.
We won't answer our accuse.
Should we cast Birgi first? Yeah, we're gonna get Birgi into play. Listen, this is a choose our own adventure book at this point. There's no wrong way to eat this recess. Weird seeing Klothys as a creature. It is a little bit strange, huh? This is definitely a much better best of 1 deck than best of 3, for sure. Having to deal with, like, disenchants and stuff out of the sideboard. It's easier to get lethal when there isn't an Ellis Short in play. Yes, big boot. Much easier to acquire lethal when there's not an Ellis Short involved. Sure, 36 months, Corvmux. It was impressive watching it kill through Ellis. You're not wrong. Hey, thanks for the 7 months, Brick Skipper. Welcome back. Brainstorm has still not been suspended, to the best of my knowledge. See, chat? Easy peasy. Listen, we're gonna cast a Bard class on 2. We're gonna move on with our lives. We can play Roidus to give Trample. Yeah, it could be okay. He's a legendary too, right? We talked about Craterhoof, but Craterhoof's not legendary. Yeah, you could also just play a Grape Shot. It's a big true. Yeah, the date was today, Pseudo Pally. July 22nd. Red, white, burn? Alright, so... how do I want to sequence here? Is it just Elf? What if we go... Domri into Elf? It's like, hey, look at distraction for next turn. Oh, I could put Klothys down. Oh, it's not quite a creature, though, right? Klothys also isn't that great against Reckless Rage, because they have Soulscar Mage in play. So,
We will rise again.
Klothys would have been a creature if I'd have played out Gallia as well, but there's something to be said for having a critical mass of legends after I do this. Right? Like if I played Gallia last turn, I wouldn't have gotten to do this. Klothys needs 7 to be a creature, so I would have had to play this out to make Klothys a creature. I wouldn't have had the elf if I played Klothys, chat. I would have spent my 1 mana on Klothys instead of spending my 1 mana on the elf. And if I hadn't played the elf, I wouldn't have been able to level Bard class here. So we're gonna go ahead and chunk block Soulscar Mage here. Take the hit from the rest, and then hopefully kill them next turn.
My mates.
Who knew Mox Amber was the Cerulean Wisp sister? Good on, Hippity. Hope you're doing well. Is this what the kids call popping off nowadays? It is, yeah.
What's that? Something smells rotten. Wait, that might be me.
What's the actual win count on our deck? I've got 2 copies of Samut. So where is it? This one. As haste gives everything else haste. Yeah, we can play a Domri and fight the blocker. There's a lot of ways to eat that Rhesus. Swift in chat was working on this deck list. And if you pop on into the subs Discord server, they were chatting about it in the Historic channel there. Easy keep. Got a bottom 2 cards. I actually need the mana with the Bard class. Do we keep Birgi and bottom the rest of these, actually? The one change I made from Swiss list was I kind of trimmed around the edges and shoved 4 Llanowar Elves in. I think the Elves have been good getting to ramp into hitting level 3 sooner rather than later has felt decent. It feels fitting to me that Birgi, the god of storytelling, works well with the Bard class. Because the god of storytelling is kind of like the god of bards, right? If you think about it, it's a huge flavor slam dunk. I'll Klothys here. Yeah, could be Historic Dungeons, could be like a Mardu Dragons deck. This is a dragon, so it doesn't die to Crux of Fate. That's actually been on my list of things I want to try. I want to try some of these new dragons in Historic decks. No, we don't know when the next Historic Anthology is coming. In fact, people keep asking me if we're going to have a tournament next month, and I don't have an answer for them because I'm waiting to see if we get an announcement about something, so... If Wizards decides to share with us, hey, there's a Historic Anthology coming next month, we'll have a Historic tournament. And if they don't decide to share that with us, well, you know. I'm holding on to this. So that way, if we hit the untapped land next turn for Bard class, we can level it and then cast it. Yes, the tournament will definitely be Historic if we have a tournament next month. The question is, yeah, I think they're Mardu dragons. They're just playing this because it's a dragon. That's sweet. Well, I guess this dies to this. I just played this out too now. I think so. Fabled Passage so Klothys can ramp. That might be okay. I don't know. One of our first 3 lands coming into play tap sounds pretty bad. Yeah, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday with the... Yeah, we're just at this point. We talked about this a little bit yesterday in the Black-White Shadow deck that we played Adventure in, where I think a lot of people are undervaluing the Adventure cards that kind of stand on their own, that can complete a dungeon all on their own. Like, the Adventurer, the Dragon Paladin, like, I don't think you need all Adventure cards. I think you just, like, play one of those for kind of value. This deck is very bad from a competitive standpoint. It's sweet when you get to actually pop off, though. Song of Creation and blue cards. Well, Song of Creation, like, I guess Song of Creation is a cheaper way to skip the level 3 part of this, which is interesting. The downside to that is it doesn't give you the cost reduction, right? So you still need Bard class. So I'm not really sure that that solves your problem of not needing Bard class. Like, your deck's still pretty bad without this. Yeah, Song decking us is a real concern too.
Though, they might have also just been big dogs.
I think the Venture mechanic is really sweet and seems well done, and I think concerns about how the Venture mechanic plays out in the Boomer version of the card game shouldn't be ignored. I think a lot of things are clunky and messy and difficult to keep track of in Paper Magic, and that's always been the case.
Come and destroy.
All right, we could kill them this turn if we run real hot here. Holy crap! That, lordy, oh baby, All right, when I said run really hot, and then you asked me to pick out what cards needed to be on top of my deck to classify running hot, it's double Mox Amber. No, we're there. That's done. Our opponent's dead. It's gonna take some clicking, but the game has ended. We are not halfway yet. We're all the way there. The rocket's taking off.
What's that? Something smells rotten.
Something smells rotten. Listen, chat, this deck is definitely not good, but it's certainly great. Certainly great.
No accord, no peace. I bow to no one.
No accord, no peace. Did Domri just make a no justice, no peace reference? I don't think I've heard that voice line out of him before. You know, above average turn 4. Give him a little boop on the nose. Boop. Yay! They did the thing. Yay! Hooray! Huzzah! All right. I like to end on a high note. I feel like that's like as high of a note as we're gonna get, right? Pie, thanks for the year and a half, and Pseudo Panda, thanks for the 21 months. So yeah, I mean, it's a neat do the thing deck. I think my consideration or my assumption that the deck was going to be kind of mopey without Bard class was accurate. We shifted from playing best of 3 to best of 1 part of the way through that set, and just the overall reliance on this card means in best of 3 especially, you're going to get picked apart when people have sideboard hate for you. But if you're looking to storm off, this is definitely the most competitive storm deck that I've played on Magic Arena to set a low bar. Yeah, this deck would love 8 copies of Bard class. I think that's a great summary. So if like when you have it, it's sweet and you pippity pop, and when you don't have it, you just kind of flounder and flop around. And like, so the problem is, and then to answer another question that I'm probably going to get in the comments on YouTube when we post this is, you could play slow bad cards like Idyllic Tutor and Splash to tutor for this, but by the time you spend 3 mana to search for this, and then 9 mana to level it up, like that's 12 mana. Like that's so much mana. Play this in paper. Nah, you can't cheat with it in paper because you're going to exile your entire deck and they'll see you're playing 8 copies. So, all right. Let's play another